Hello students, are you all ready for another grammar lesson? Good. Welcome to iTTV. I'm Miss Helen, your Form 3 English tutor. The lesson we are doing today is on comparison of adjectives. Comparison of adjectives. I hope and I'm sure you know what adjectives are. Now today we are going to compare adjectives. There are 3 degrees of adjectives. We have positive, comparative, superlative. A positive degree. The positive is usually descriptive, describing a noun or pronoun. 2 equal things or persons can be compared using as plus adjective plus as. Now, look at the positive degree. Examples: Shakti is as tall as her mother. Now, this sentence tells you that Shakti and her mother are of the same height. Next, Nathan is as kind as his sister. So here, the adjective describes Nathan and his sister as both being kind. So that's why we say Nathan is as kind as his sister, same level. Next, Mira is not as hardworking as Natasha. Now, the comparative degree, to compare 2 unequal things or persons. It is used with the addition of er, and sometimes more. After the comparative, you can use then. Now, look at the examples. My room is cleaner than Manju's room. So here you see er has been added to the adjective clean, and to show the comparison then is used. Next, B. Mary Rose is more responsible than Alina. Next, we are going to the 3rd degree, and that is the superlative degree, to compare 3 or more things or persons. It is used with the addition of est and sometimes most. 3 or more things are compared by adding est to the adjective of 1 syllable. Next, look at the examples with est. Tanya is the tallest girl in her class. Tall is 1 syllable, and we have added est to show the superlative degree. That's the final degree, the tallest girl. Students, you understand that, isn't it? The tallest. There's nothing else more than that. That's the final degree. So next sentence. Brandon is the fattest boy in the school. There's no one else who's fatter than him. He's the fattest. Alright, now we're going to look at the comparison of adjectives one by one, starting with positive to make it clearer. Now, positive used with as, dash dash, as, to compare 2 equal things or persons. The adjective here is pretty. Now look at the comparative. You're comparing 2 people here, and used with the addition of er and sometimes more. Used to compare 2 unequal things or persons, and the comparative of pretty is prettier. We're comparing 2 people here. Next, superlative, more than 2, and used with the addition of est and sometimes most. Used to compare 3 or more things or persons. It becomes prettiest. So positive is pretty, comparative prettier, superlative prettiest. Next, positive tall, used with as dash dash as to compare two equal things or persons. Now the comparative of tall, that means we have two persons, it becomes taller. Next, you have superlative, that's more than two, used with addition of est and sometimes most. In this case, tall, taller, tallest is est. Right? Next, positive, clean. Now when we want to compare two things, it becomes cleaner. We have added er to clean, and we are able to compare. One thing is clean, the other is cleaner. Next, superlative, more than two. If it's two, it's clean, cleaner. So this is more than two, used with addition of est and sometimes most. In this case, we don't use most because clean is one syllable, so it becomes cleanest. Next, positive, short, comparative, shorter, superlative, shortest. Next, new, comparative, newer, superlative, newest. Now these are short words, one syllable, so we just add er, est. Next, comparison of adjectives. Positive, careful, and comparative becomes more careful. Now why is it more careful? Because careful, two syllables. Careful is two syllables. So that's why we add more. You can't say carefuler, it's wrong. Grammatically very, very wrong. So remember, you've got to remember your syllables. So here, careful, two syllables, so we add more. Next, superlative, most careful. Careful, more careful, and most careful. Next, beautiful, beautiful, three syllables. So let's look at the comparative. More beautiful. Superlative, most beautiful. Handsome. Now we are going to compare two men. That becomes more handsome. The superlative, most handsome. We are going to look at some of the exercises to enable you to understand this lesson better. Now when I say better, I'm comparing. So look at the exercise. Now positive, when you compare, it becomes, think the answer. You have colder, and the superlative is coldest. Cold, colder, coldest. Next, strong. What are the comparative and superlative answers? Think. It's stronger, strongest. Next, careful. Think of the syllables, remember. So what's the answer? More careful, most careful. Next, fast. The answer is faster, fastest. Next, old. What's the answer? Older, oldest. Next, sweet. Answer? Sweeter, sweetest. attractive. Think carefully. More attractive, most attractive. Hot. Think of your syllables. It's a short word. Let's look at the answer. Hotter, hottest. All right, now we are going to look at something else, something that's very different, called irregular adjectives. And there are some students who do make lots of mistakes when it comes to irregular adjectives. So follow the lesson carefully and you will learn that there are some adjectives where you can't add ER and EST. So these are known as irregular adjectives, and with more practice you will know what irregular adjectives are. All right. Positive form, good. Now when you compare to another person, supposed to be better, or maybe a thing, this is good, that is better. And the superlative is best, good, better, best. Next, you have bad, worse, worst. Remember your spelling. Then you have much, many, that's positive. When you want to compare, it becomes more and most. Then you have positive, little, comparative, less, least. So remember, you have something that's very little, and if you have reduced further, it becomes less. When you reduce some more, it becomes least. So these are all the irregular adjectives. Remember, use them carefully, and you will never go wrong. Now, just to make sure that you have understood what I've explained, we have some exercises for you to do. So let's look at the first exercise where you have to fill in the correct form of the adjectives. Number 1, this flower is blank, large than the hibiscus. The answer, this flower is larger than the hibiscus. Next, number 2, Baharia has the blank sweet smile in the class. Answer, Baharia has the sweetest smile in the class. Number 3, Wayne is the blank good student in the school. Think of the answer. All right, let's look at the answer. Wayne is the best student in the school. No one can beat her. She's the very best. Next, number 4. Inche Soma is blank, careful than his son. Answer, Inche Soma is more careful than his son. Now they're comparing Inche Soma to the son. Next, number 5. Mum is blank, old than Puan Harris. Answer, Mum is older than Puan Harris. Next, Nita has blank, hardworking as Vasundhara. Now, Nita, Vasundhara, remember? Nita is as hardworking as Vasundhara. That means they are both hardworking, aren't they? All right, students. Now we're going to go to the summary just to help you to remember whatever I've taught you earlier. It'll be easier for you to remember. So just pay attention. There are 3 degrees of adjectives: positive, comparative, and superlative. Positive degree is usually descriptive, describing a noun or pronoun. It is used to compare two equal things or persons by using as plus adjective plus as. Comparative degree is used to compare two unequal things or persons. It is used with the addition of er and sometimes more. Superlative degree is used to compare three or more things or persons. It is used with the addition of est and sometimes most. Some adjectives are irregular for the comparative and superlative. Examples: good, better, best. B, bad, worse, worst. Right, students, we have come to the end of our lesson. It wasn't difficult, was it? So just practice, read more, and you will use the correct grammar. Thank you, students. Bye for now, till we meet again.